Venezuela's Maduro tells U.S. court, "I am still president," as he pleads not guilty to drugs charges.
Venezuela's deposed President Nicolas Maduro pleads not guilty to drugs charges in his first appearance at a New York court. The ousted leader and his wife, Celia Flores, arrived wearing prison uniforms, headphones for translation, and with their feet shackled. Dramatic images earlier showed Maduro and his wife being transferred to the courthouse in handcuffs, surrounded by armed officers. The pair were taken from their Caracas compound on Saturday and flown to the U.S. as part of a special forces operation. Here's what happened. At an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council, Secretary General Antonio Guterres says he's concerned rules of international law have not been respected. Meanwhile, Venezuela's new leader, Delcy Rodriguez, is due to be sworn in before the country's National Assembly.
Critics of Trump's operation in Venezuela said breaches international law, which generally prohibits the use of force except in exceptional circumstances, such as authorization by the UN Security Council or self-defense. Hours after the U.S. attacked Venezuela and seized Maduro, Trump administration officials presented the action as a matter of self-defense against narco-terrorism. Maduro has denied being the leader of a drug cartel and accused the U.S. of using the so-called war on drugs as a pretext to try and overthrow him and seize Venezuela's vast oil reserves. Another legal dispute is that congressional approval was not sought before the attacks on Venezuela. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio argued that briefing Congress ahead of time would have endangered the mission. Trump said Congress has a tendency to leak. Rubio said the raid was carried out on behalf of and at the request of the U.S. Department of Justice. This could be an attempt to allay concerns about the lack of congressional approval. The Trump administration could also rely on the War Powers Act, which allows the president to initiate short-term military action for up to 60 days, with an additional 30 days for withdrawal, without prior congressional approval, as long as notice is given within 48 hours. However, U.S. lawmakers can still vote on a bipartisan basis to restrict or end any subsequent military action. A vote is expected in the coming days.